you saw blood, and is that when you realized you had been shot?
I suppose, yes, I think I was still in disbelief that I had been shot. But what I knew was I was bleeding.
So what did you do?
I removed my cardigan and I used it to tie a tourniquet above, the wound.
And who taught you how to do that?
We've had training videos on how to pack a wound and treat a wound.
Could you see the wound at this point?
No, it was, I mean, I still had on, another shirt underneath my cardigan. It was just blood stained.
Okay. After you made the tourniquet, Molly, what did you do next?
So that was when I started receiving text messages.
Do you remember who you received a text message from?
So the first one was, the ELA department, who I work with said, I'm hearing active shooter. And I responded, I saw one. And left it at that. And then moments later, I received a text message from my daughter.
And how old was your daughter at the time?
16.
And where was she, in high school somewhere else?
She was at a high school in a neighboring district.
What did her text say, Molly?
She asked if I was okay, that they were hearing things.
And what did you respond?
I said, I'm safe. I've sheltered in place and I love you.
You did not tell her you'd been shot.
I did not.
And why not?
Was trying to protect her.
Did you text anyone and tell them that you had been shot?
I did not.
Okay.
Well, not yet.
Okay. What did you do after you sent that text to your daughter?
I had a moment where I thought, do I need to contact my other daughter who lives out of state
You didn't do that, but tell the court why.
I didn't do that because I thought she won't hear about this yet. She doesn't have to know about this yet. I thought, by not saying anything, I could keep her safe a little bit longer.
And I know this is important to you, so that's what I'm gonna ask. You regret that?
I do.
Okay. Tell the court why.
Because she found out anyway. She made the decision to contact my husband because she knew if she contacted me and he could hear the phone, then he would know where I was.
The shooter.
Correct.
Okay. What did you do?
At that point, I called my husband.
So you actually made a call?
I did.
Okay. And at this point, did you know where this shooter was? Were you hearing anything? Did you have any idea what was going on?
No, it was complete silence. Like I could not hear anything. It's complete silence.
And what did you say to your husband?
I called my husband. I told him I had been shot. He asked me if I had a tourniquet on, and I said yes. And then I kept wanting to tell him what was happening, like what I was hearing and what I was thinking. And he kept begging me to stop talking.
Why?
He was just said, please, like, shh, I don't want him to hear you.
Okay, so did you eventually hang up?
We did. We felt like it was the best thing to do. I would just want him to talk.
Okay. So now you're not on the phone.
I'm not on the phone.
You're crouched behind the cabinet. Your arm is bleeding. And
another announcement comes on. This time it was Pam Fine, and she said we are still in lockdown. At that point, I received a text message from our media specialist that said, I didn't hear that clearly. And I said, we're still in lockdown, stay in lockdown. I am starting to uncontrollably shake at that point in time. And I hear I hear something different in the hallway. I'm hearing footsteps. So
Before that though,
Yep.
had you told anyone else that you had been shot?
only my husband knew.
Okay. So you're hearing a different noise and you say it's footsteps.
It's footsteps. I was waiting for a shift. I didn't believe that this was life-threatening. And so I was waiting for a shift to say, I've been injured, like once everything was taken care of.
What do you mean when you say everything was taken care of?
The shooter was taken into custody. And anyone who needed help got help.
But you did need help.
I didn't think that I needed help, no.
Okay. At some point, you got out of that room.
So,
Do you know how long it was?
20 minutes, I would say. After the shift with the footsteps, I texted the teacher next door to me and said, I've been shot. She called 911 and there was another teacher in that room who texted our administration. Or Kurt Noose arrived at my door, who was an administrator, assistant principal at the time, still is. He arrives at the door and he says, Molly, are you in there? Or Molly, are you okay? Something to that effect.
And what did you do?
I said, I'm here. But I was afraid to open the door.
Why?
I've known Kurt for 20 years. I know the sound of his voice, but I did not trust anything in that moment.
So you weren't sure it was him?
I wasn't.
Okay.
Within a few seconds, or 10 seconds, 20 seconds maybe, there were officers at my door. And I think that's when they asked, are you injured? And I said, yes. I said, do you want me to take out the night lock? And they said, yes. And then I said, do you want me to open the door? And they said, yes.
Did they say what, that you were safe? Did they say that?
I don't recall that. I opened the door and I was still really crouched down. And they kind of like scooped me up. And started exiting me out door 4.